My wife and I had the space designed as part of our house when we built it 5 years ago, and we decided to finish it last year. And so I did some research on some wine cellar companies, and was very interested in the products that Harvest offered, and so we took the opportunity to utilize Harvest and built our wine cellar. It just a theme and a opportunity that we decided to pursue, and we're very happy with it.
So in the beginning, throughout the design phase, it was very apparent that the homeowner was into whiskey, so part of the objective was to add or integrate whiskey into the design. And here we have an oak barrel that is special to the homeowner, in which he had in South Carolina at his beach house and brought up to help with the display of his cherished whiskey collection. Within the racking, we added shelves here to showcase some of his more favorite types of whiskey, which blended in real nicely with the arched turn into the wine racking. This is Canberra mahogany through a company called Wine Cellars out of Manitoba, Canada. The homeowner wanted to choose a darker wood. Stain wasn't necessarily a priority, and the Canberra mahogany comes in this color all on its own. So the decision was made to clear lacquer so that it gave off kind of like a sheen and popped a little bit. And this is a finished right-hand quarter round shelving so that more of the homeowner's whiskey displays could be shown.
A few years ago, after I retired, I decided to collect some things, and bourbon happened to be one of my passions, Kentucky bourbon in particular. So I developed some contacts and was able to acquire some hard to find bourbons, and as a result one of my distributors gave me the opportunity to have a bourbon barrel, and we decided to incorporate that bourbon and that barrel into our wine cellar, and so that's how this part of the theme came about.
Cool. And did you tell me earlier that some of that bourbon on that barrel actually came from that barrel?
Yes, it did. In fact, if you look at this particular Buffalo Trace barrel, this bottle has the emblem from the distributor, and this bourbon actually came from this barrel. Again, that's part of the story of how that got to be incorporated into the wine cellar.
And so did the bourbon make a difference in the way that you designed the cellar?
Yes, it did. Actually, this little niche here was designed because I had this barrel, and because I wanted to display some of my bourbons in the wine cellar along with the wine. We actually built this little niche for this barrel with the shelving and the wine display, and it just adds some aroma and some intrigue about the whole wine cellar.
So this cellar holds roughly plus or minus 350 bottles, along with the storage of the whiskey bottles, but 350-ish of just the wine. So the inspiration for the design of this cellar, as with any on-site design consultation, I always try to learn whether, what aspects of architectural features that the homeowner likes. Try to incorporate a little bit about from the outside of the house inward. Does the house have stone? What type of front door is it? And this front door actually is very close to the stain of this. through the pictures, showed him several different designs of harvest, and this was somewhat of a baseline off of a wine cellar created out of that we did in South Carolina. He liked the way that the wood racking had quarter turns on both sides, and it was very similar in size. So it made sense to start with that and build off of that. So we have display row lighting. This is known as ribbon lighting across the top. A puck light in the niche, and I believe we have here the ability to dim the ceiling lights, which are dim now. And these are LED lighting, which dim and come on quite brightly on down to where you can change the ambiance and just have the ribbon lighting showing off the focal wall there.
And why would you want LED?
So LED, along with making sure that it's properly insulated around each light, ensures, number one, with the insulation around the lights, is that the air up above the ceiling and the wine cellar don't share air, and then the LED emits very low heat. So this is a Wine Guardian split system. It's a quarter ton SS025 is a series. This room was unfinished. So this is a temporary ceiling in which to create more space in the mechanical adjacent room, instead of having it on the floor or 8 inches off the floor on the wall on the opposing side, decided to place this drop ceiling such that there created enough space for the unit to be able to breathe along with the into the other area of the mechanical room. So this would be the supply, which is perfectly located on the back top side of the cellar, and the return at the front side. Do have the thermostat on the wall here. Chose to not have it outside of the cellar. This is standard with any Wine Guardian product. You do have the ability to have an option of an interface control thermostat, which would actually be able to be installed anywhere in the home, typically right outside the cellar, but up to within 50 feet. So yes, the return is below the thermostat here, near the entry door. Over your head on the back left is the supply, and this is the Wine Guardian thermostat that does come with the system. You also can get a remote interface controller as an option if you like the thermostat to be installed outside of the cellar. As a matter of fact, it can be installed up to 50 feet away with the cord that comes with that. Obviously longer if you want to have another 50-foot cord attached to that. So most of them would be either installed in the cellar or right outside of the cellar.
They were very innovative in coming up with the design in such a small layout, and I'm really pleased with how the racks came out from a functionality standpoint, from a utilization of space, and from a quality aspect. And it just has a very comforting feel when you walk in here, and so it was a good experience, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
And would you recommend them for anybody else?
Yeah, sure. In particular, I was impressed with the design and that they came up with, and the carpentry that was used to assemble the wine racks. It all fit perfectly in the space that we had, and it all came together, and so it was a very pleasant experience.